There you are. Hey, you guys. Hey, Teresa, how are you, girl? You getting yep. You're getting your stuff made. Oh, sweet. Well, I love you back. Totally. Some more. Carrie, how are you, honey? Long time no see. You're kicking those volleyballs out there still, or kicking the people that you ought to be teaching how to play like a real girl plays volleyball? This is great. I'll do these more this time of day. Hey, Sybil. Yes, yes, yes. I got your Kate. There you are. Oh, I know, because a bunch of you are from Australia. So, of course, this is a good time for you. That's true. Hey, Don, how are you? Yeah, I got your question. I thought I would mention there are a couple things about Facebook people have talked about because I happen to market a lot on Facebook and particularly on my profile, almost all on my profile. And one of the big sections in the SS marketing software system that I have. Some of you know about that. It's a way that I have marketed for my entire life, and that's like a lot of years. And I've built 6 companies to the top, either to the top spot, and usually in record time. Everything is usually within 90 days. At the most, it takes me 4 months to get to the very top position anybody has had over these years that I've joined. And one of the reasons I'm quite good at getting people in fast, a couple hundred in a couple of months, front line, without really much stressing and straining. It's not ache to faint or anything like that. It's because I really have learned how to, it's more like find the right size shoe for what I have. See, that's what I've learned to do. And that's one of the very big things that I have found a way to automate. And I just mention it not because you should go around and buy it, because it's a big program. It's going to set you back some money. But if you want big change in your life, your people go around saying, oh, what do you want to make? Oh, I want to make 10 grand a month. What do you make now? Well, 150. Okay, great. And what are you willing to invest in terms of time and money to learn how to do this? Oh, well, nothing. Well, I guess, that's kind of like the person who says, I don't know how to sell. And I really can't sell. I don't know how to sell. And we said, well, how many sales calls have you made? Well, 3. Well, I can't play the piano. How many times have you tried? Well, 3. I had 3 lessons, and I still can't play like, Van Cliburn. Or I can't play softball. Well, how many times have you been up to bat? Well, 3 times, and I couldn't hit the ball. So that means softball doesn't work. Piano doesn't work. Baseball doesn't work. Really, anything you can't do after 3 tries doesn't work. I mean, right? How smart is that? If you want to learn how to play the piano, you are going to be playing hundreds of hours a month, if not more. If you want to become really good at hitting a ball, you're going to be doing that 6 hours a day if you want to get really, really good. And I mean for several years. This is what it takes. I don't know where anybody gets this idea that in 30 days we're going to make 10 grand a month because some bookstore clerk did that. The bookstore clerk, unbeknownst to you, has a 20-year, 15, 20-year history. And that's, not what, that's that 20-year history that you don't know anything about, that they, of course, don't tell you, lest the business of network marketing should look like it might be difficult. See, nobody wants it to look hard because then you're not going to sign up, right? Because if it looks hard, how are you going to sign up? They have to say it's easy, anyone can do it, because that's the way most people get kind of, I don't know what the word is, but maybe snookered into thinking that it really is going to be easy. And for the most part, it isn't. Sales and marketing is not easy. It never has been easy. The reason only a small % of people are actually in sales and marketing is because it isn't easy. That's why why do you think everybody has a job, right? I'm not a job person. I think I don't even know if I've had 3 jobs in my whole life. One was a summer. The summer I went to Harvard, I worked at a place called the Window Shop. A wonderful little restaurant, outdoor restaurant, where all these elderly people came, particularly women, to have wonderful meals, French stuff. And I was really exposed to a whole set of society that spent their afternoons reading the New Yorker and having beautiful desserts and espressos. And that was like one of my jobs. So I don't have a lot of job experience. And so what I'm trying to say is that when you think that the network marketing is easy, anyone can do it, they will always point to the unlikely person. They were a waiter. That's what happened to me the first time. Oh, he was a waiter. That's really? I never thought anything more until I got to know him. And I said, Jeff, tell me your story. Well, I was a waiter 20 years ago. Well, great. So tell me now, you sounded like you were a waiter last week, and now you're making $90,000 a month. Oh, yeah, well, that was a long time ago. And what's the rest of your story? Well, my dad grew up in Herbalife. Really? Yeah. And his whole life was in Herbalife. So this guy had grown up as a kid with a family that was in Herbalife, did Herbalife. His father was in one of the spots every year where they would go to the convention. And at that time, Mark Hughes was still around and in charge. And they would have limos picking people up. People would be treated as though they were a rock star. And people went to get their volume. I think it was $4,000 a month they needed every month for the whole year. And his dad missed it one time by, I think, $500, and he couldn't go. He didn't get the limo. He didn't get any of that. And about a month or two later, he died. And my guy, Jeff, who we've been friends for many years, then joined a water filtration company, that's why I learned about him. And, made an enormous amount of money because he took a whole bunch of people with him. So yeah, he was a waiter many moons ago. But you see, that's really not the whole story. So this is why, if you're thinking, I've been in it 2-3 years, I've done all this stuff, I can't make it work, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. Sales and marketing and sales is not easy. It never has been easy. If you keep hoping it is, you'll just quit because, like Jeff Bezos said, it's like the handstand. There's a girl once, he had a lady friend who wanted to learn how to do a handstand, right? And this is not easy. For those of you that are gymnasts, I have a cousin who's a gymnast, and these are not easy things to do. So she went to a yoga class, and she decided, okay, I want to learn how to do a handstand. And for 2 or 3 weeks, she practiced every day what the yoga teacher told her to do. And she couldn't do the handstand. She got quite frustrated. And she said, well, crap, it's been like 2 weeks. I've done it every day, 3 weeks or whatever. And so she went to a handstand specialist, right? There are these people that exist. And some handstand specialist who said, you want to learn how to do a handstand? And she says, yeah, I want to learn how to do one. And I've been practicing for 2 weeks and blah, blah, blah. And then he said to her, one of the big problems with you learning a handstand is that you don't know how long it's going to take. It is not 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. I think he told her I believe, I can't remember for sure now. I have to look it's in Jeff Bezos' letters to shareholders for Amazon. I think he said it's going to take at least 6 months of practice, an hour or two, I think it was a couple of hours every day, to be able to do a handstand and stay up on your patties, feet straight in the air without leaning into the wall, and take an Instagram quality handstand. And he said to her, the fact that if you don't understand what it takes to get there, you will never achieve the standards that it takes to achieve it. Well, this is the same in network marketing, any marketing. Yeah, you can share, and say that till you're blue in the face. Most people who share, quit after share of time 8 because now they have no place to go for Christmas dinner. There's more to it than that, see? But if you believe that it's just share for a month or two, and then you ought to make 10 grand a month, if you happen to believe that because you don't really know anything else to believe, you'll quit. And that's why the industry has the big quit rate. It's people, I've never believed that we were failures. We're 80% women, This is not anything small. Could never believe we were either that stupid, that lazy, or that dumb, or that ignorant. That's the only reason I'm still here. I've never believed it. And I knew that there was more to it than just a bunch of people who didn't believe, didn't have the chutzpah, it's crap. And I've been helping women and men for 28, 29 years, and they all are on the border of quitting because they thought it was going to be easy. In 90 days, they'd be there. And they're not. 2-3 years later, they're not. They keep saying, well, my friends just say share, and look at this dumb blonde made it to all this money, and this dumb hoo-ha, and all these people who say, all I did is talk to people. Well, who'd you talk to? And what was the power that you had over them at the time that you talked to them? See, if I talk to 10 people and you talk to 10 people, I could take the same 10 people. Let's take 10 strangers. You talk to 10 and I'll talk to 10. Do you suppose we're going to get different results, you and me? I mean, I could give you the script. You could even say the same words. I would be willing to bet that most of you would agree that if anybody's going to sign anybody up out of those 10 strangers, just off the street, any street you want, pick it, any street in the world, that where we speak English, at least. And you talk to 10 and I'll talk to 10. And who do you think is going to come home with an order in their pocket? You or me, right? So it's who does the talking. Then the second thing is, who do they talk to? And what is the level of influence that you have over that person, if any? And what influence can you instantly get if you're total strangers, right? So of course, if somebody comes up and says, well, I'm looking for somebody who wants to make some real money. I'm making, I don't know, Mark Yarnell he was a minister, he's gone now, but he used to stand on the street corner and say, I'll show you how to make 30 grand a month. I'm a minister, I make 30 grand a month. This was 20 years ago. That was 30 grand a month was a lot. It's not much now, but well, relatively speaking, of course. And he told people you could make 30 grand a month. And he was a minister, so he couldn't be lying. And he brought people in by the dozens to the meetings. Why? Because he was good. He was a minister. How could he be telling anybody a lie? Furthermore, he had the checks to show it. So he had influence, on the spot influence with strangers. See? You might also be somebody who says, well, what's a stranger? And now here's another one. Somebody will be somebody that makes, say, I don't know, 100 grand a month. There are millionaires in the business that make 15, 20 grand a week. So that's 20, 80, say 100 grand a month. That's rare. That, we're talking to several hundred people probably, at least in the United States, but out of millions, right? But there are those people. So if such a one stands on the street corner or in the financial district, I tell her, go stand in the financial. If you're going to stand any place, go to the financial district where people are who strive to earn a lot of money, stockbrokers, traders, those are the people, right? And so she says, okay, we're having an event, and this for people who really want to make their own income, want to do something on their own, the entrepreneurs. And right now, we're looking for people who really want big numbers because we're only talking to people who want to make at least 100 grand a month. Why? Because I make 100 grand a month. You want to see? Here it is. Well, do you think she's got to get some talk going? Hey, there's a lady who makes 100 grand a month doing some kind of business of her own. And you don't need to be a big inventor. You don't need to go to Silicon Valley. She's having a show and tell up in, I don't know, some office building here in San Francisco on Montgomery Street. You want to go? Are you kidding? The place would be packed to the rafters. That's like having Jesus coming. A woman, a blonde, beautiful. And here's proof. I've been making 100 grand a month for the last 3 years. You want to learn how to do it? Hell yeah. Everybody would do whatever she asked. Why? Because she's already arrived. So you see, who you are has a tremendous impact, or who you're perceived to be has a tremendous impact on what the listener is going to do. So if you're coming across and you've never done anything, you've never even had a lemonade stand, and you go, well, I have this company and there are people making a lot of money, and if you sign up, you can make a lot of money. Well, duh. Does that inspire confidence? Are you going to have a room full of people? Probably not. So you see, you build yourself up either to have the proof that you've done it, which is the long way to do it because it sometimes takes a while, right? Or you learn how to do a few things yourself so that you could say to somebody, let me show you on your Facebook page, for example, you could say how I signed up my first recruit while I was sleeping last night. If you'd like to know how I did that, say me in the comments, and I will show you what I did. There's nothing about 100 grand a month. There's nothing about being Jesus. There's nothing about turning water into wine. Is that what he did? Yeah, right. Sometimes I get it backwards. There's no miracles. It's a small thing, but you put it on your page. Why? Versus having your before and after pictures from some product or your company or all of that. Because what happens if you do that, unless you are a big earner, who can say, this is the stuff I do to make my 100 grand a month, most people are going to go the other way because they don't come to Facebook to be sold, right? But if somebody was saying, what if I don't put the propaganda? So that's that story about, why some people can just talk to people and make things happen. They are not just people. They're not exactly like you. So they have influence from their persona, their background, what they're able to show, what they've achieved already. They've already paid the price somewhere, you see? So you got to get past that. If you are at the beginning, you still have to learn to do the things. So you're going to start, getting educated, paying the cost of learning so you can achieve where these other people are right now. You're still going there, right? So on your Facebook, I had a lot of people saying, well, you know, why don't you, because I tell people, don't put your company propaganda on your profile page. Why not? Well, unless you are somebody who's making 100 grand a month or even 50 grand a month, that's pretty good. Yeah, wouldn't you say? Let's see, we got some players here. Let me see, where's the Melissa? 50 grand a month, would you say that's pretty good? That's pretty good, right? I mean, Joe would say that's a pretty good number. So 50 grand a month is pretty good. But if you're just starting and all you do is load up your page with your company product, your company lore, your company CEO's picture, it doesn't matter what it is. Here's what happens. When you want to, most of you have told me you want to market to people who are not your friends, right? No more friend, family marketing. I don't have a place to go for Christmas dinner. If I mention it one more time, they're going to throw me out, right? So you tell me, all of you say, I want to learn how to market to cold market. Cold market. How many people say, yes, I want to do cold market? Yes? We got a yes, right? So I want to do cold market. That means people who don't know you, right? So there you are. They don't know you, and you want to market to cold market. And somebody says, well, if we don't have all of our stuff on the page, how are they going to know we sell anything? See that, and it makes really good sense to say that, you know. And I'm just thinking about how sensible that really is to say. Only it just doesn't work. You know, sensible things don't always work, and that's really quite weird, but it's true. Let me show you. Let's say that you're a perfect nobody in your business, right? Which everybody starts being basically a nobody. And so your company says you want to really peddle your company, push your company, put the product, put the name, put the before and afters, fill your page up. Most every company will say that. Some don't, but most do. That's why all these profile pages of network marketers look the way they do. So here's what happens. So let's say Lulu says, well, I did that. I have all the before and afters. I do Nerium, I do isogenics. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference, right? You got the propaganda. There it is. And so now you say, okay, now I want to market to cold market because, you know, my friends and family, they don't want me anymore to do that. so where's the cold market? So let's say you go into a group. Let's say that you market, say you market a weight loss and cleansing program, right? And you want to find people, cold market, right? So here we go. We're looking for cold market. And so you go into Facebook. One of the things I teach in the SS software program is how to market on Facebook without getting kicked out of anything, without getting banned, and, you know, doing it so that you actually makes money, right? So one of the things we teach you how to do is you go into certain Facebook groups and you join, you sign up, and you keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything. And what you do is you just monitor every single day. You're looking to see what's going on in the group, and you're looking to see who has a problem with weight or cleansing or energy that seems to be unsolved, let's say. And the person's, you know, talking about, you know, I've tried this and I've tried that. And, you know, in these groups, you're not allowed to sell. Why? Because nobody comes into the groups to be sold. If they did, there would be no group, right? People really talk about the problems, the issues, to try to help each other without selling them stuff. So you see such a person and you go, well, you know, she's an Australian also, or she's a Kiwi. She's close to you somewhere, right? And you go, well, let me see if I can friend her, because we recommend that you do that. There's a very specific language that you use to do that, right? To ask if you send a friend request. So there you are, and the person gets a friend request from you, right? And if you got a friend request from someone that you didn't know well, really didn't know at all, maybe they were in your group. If you got a friend request, what's the first thing you guys would do? Who do we have? Any one of you, you know, Joe, Melissa, if you get a friend request, what do you normally do first? Let me see if anybody's awake here, because I've been going for I didn't mean to go this long. I just had 2 short tips. It's easy to keep yakking, you know. Okay, so what would you do? Hey, Donna, long time no see, girl. Jenny, see you. Yep. Miguelito Cyrus, yep. Stalk them. Okay, but I mean, if somebody sends you a friend request, a profile stalk, yeah, you go look at their profile, right? You check their profile. So what is the first thing we all do? We go running over and click, 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 and then what do we do? There's the profile. Now, you see, yeah, you do that too, but when you go to their profile, what happens next? You look at what is on the profile. You might look at, I don't know, high school, university, whatever you look at. But if the profile is full of ads and it looks like the person is selling the store of whatever network marketing company or anything else it is, do you accept their friend request, yes or no? What is the answer? Do you accept it, yes or no? Right? Yeah, Natasha, you could do that, but before you even communicate with that person, before you say, do I know you? Don't you click on the profile to see, right? Because you can see what it is, right? So do you join them, yes or no? Why not? Because the page is full of their company propaganda. So do you want to know why not to put your company propaganda on your page if you are hoping to market to strangers, right? Because none of us will accept a friend request from anybody who does that. So why on earth would you do that yourself? Dawn, does that make sense? Let me hear. Make sure you guys get this. Right? Melissa, are you kidding? Nobody, I mean, you're already the queen in your company. So what in the world do you need somebody who's going to peddle you more stuff for? Right? So this is not how you do it. So you see, if we would say no to what you obviously see as a big store or the looks of a store, what makes you think everybody else doesn't feel the same way? We're just human, right? Right. There's another one, right? I went further. I went over to look and I didn't friend them because I watched a video and they were bashing her company, right? Don't bash, for God's sakes, anyone on your page. If you are looking for strangers, number one, unless you yourself would friend people, all of whom talk about the propaganda of their company, their CEO, the product, the before and afters, all that, if you would friend those people when they accept their friend request, then go ahead and do it. But if you wouldn't accept the friend request because you expect you're going to get hit up with that, then don't do it yourself. Does that make sense? Have we got this? Okay. Let's say that I were a member of a group and let's say that you're looking to recruit people, right? That's a nice one. We should do recruiting. Yeah, right. That's why I'm saying on your Facebook page, take all your high school stuff, bad stuff when you were getting drunk or doing all these things. Put your Facebook profile, I'm talking about your profile, not your page, your profile. Make that page something that if you saw it and you didn't know it was you, and you got a friend request from a stranger and you went to your own profile, that you would say, okay, I'm going to sign up now. Okay, so now for you, whose page it is, what are you going to put on that page? Because you're looking for recruits, I take it, right? And you're looking to sell some products. Is that right? Yes? Are we there? Okay, so you're in the friend group, and let's say you friend someone. Well, you friend someone outside the group. Say in the group, you've been in there for, I would say, 2 weeks. Every morning, you should block out a couple of hours. Go find the Facebook groups. There's a strategy for this, but I would just tell you, this is basically part of it. And you take the ones that have the most people that are the most active discussing the problem. See, that's what you do. And then you join. And you promise that you are not going to hit people up because you're not, right? And be sure to clean up your page before you join any group. Take the company propaganda off your page. If you want to market to cold people, and if you are not making 100 grand a month, why? Because when people come to you, unless you're saying, I make 100 grand a month every month and I can prove it, and here's what I do to get it, you might get people friending you because you've truly achieved something they will eat, leftovers for to get to. But if you're not there, right, and you have to attract people, then don't put that stuff. And so you have a friend request, and let's say that you are somebody who sells say weight loss, right? Say you do weight loss, and you do the weight loss and cleansing and energy. Let's take that one. I can take any of your companies, doesn't matter what you've got. I can do them, any of them. So you ask yourself, okay, so who is it that you are trying to help? if you market a program like that, who can you help? And one of those companies, I did an experimental team, and I can tell you exactly what I put on my Facebook profile to get to that company's top position in, I don't know, 7 weeks, maybe, something like that. You know, the CE position that they've got, like you do it the fastest and then you hit that spot and then that's it. And one of the things I did on that page is I think I friended somebody once that I saw had a problem that I thought this particular thing could solve. So I sent a friend request, and I knew that that day she would probably come look at the page. This was a couple of years ago. And on the page, I had a number of posts, and one of them was, I think I had, I'm running an experimental team, and it's for people who have been, have been interested in weight and cleansing and energy for at least the last 10 years, right? So all these things, and who would like to know a way to not be hungry for the muffins in the morning at work that come around in the sandwich cart, something like that. And if that's you, say me, and I will, we'll talk some more. See if I can help you, right? So it was a story like that. Now, you tell me, Dawn, was there any mention of my company there? Did I make a company pitch? Did I make any promises about, oh my God, here's what we're going to do for you. You just do this easy, blah, blah, blah. I get people to say me to certain statements that I put out that come from my brain because I'm thinking, this is kind of, who can I help? Well, a lot of people have trouble with muffins in the morning and all the Starbucks stuff in the morning. And if they go to work at an office or a hospital, there's all that crappy donuts and everything that comes around, all that horrible food. And you're so hungry and it's free. Like one of my students said, it's free. By God, how could we not? And she went from scrubs from a size 8 to a size, 18 in 4 years. Why? Because she couldn't leave that stuff alone. That was an issue for those people. And so I got a lot of those people who said, I'll do anything to not have that craving for that, all the sweet stuff in the rolls and the muffins in the morning, right? There was nothing else mentioned. And so I told them, well, there's this little thing that you can get. Why don't you try it and do it every morning for, I told them, 90 days. Everybody has to go for 90 days. And you try this for 90 days, and you tell me if you're not better off the hook for this particular issue that you've got by doing this one morning thing. And of the people that said, I want to get over that problem, what do you have? By the time the messaging was done, and I had sent them a readiness ritual, which is a set of series of statements and questions that I had cooked up. At the end, they said, yeah, book, I want to talk to you. So they did. And I had somebody who was my quote unquote closer, my partner in the business, and she signed up 8 out of 10 of those people, 8 out of 10 for $500 or $600, whatever the initial was, plus 3-4 more months. So what I'm telling you is there was nothing on the page about the company, the product, or anything like that. It was a question calling out someone who had a problem that I specified that I could help. You see how that works? This is what you do. And you can't do this if you think, oh, I sell Nerium, or, oh my gosh, I sell Shackley, or no, I sell Isogenics. I sell Juice Plus. I sell, no. And I want to get people, no. The question is, who can I help with what I've got? Who are those people? What problems do they have? What problem is so bad that, like in 8 weeks, one of the groups for that is young women who are engaged to be married in 6 or 7 weeks, say under 7 weeks from now, and they need to drop a dress size. If you know anyone like that, let me know. Say me and I'll connect you. Maybe we can help. And you won't have to do rabbit food. Now, is there anybody? Have we said name of a product? Have we said name of a company? In all my companies, from the first one I did, which was the water filter, it used to be called NSA, we had people lined up to buy these filters and distributorships. And in those days, we had forms, it said NSA at the top, National Safety Associates, that's what they were called at the time. And so we had these stacks of forms, distributor forms. And when people were lined up like 30, 40 deep to sign up to after we did one of these events, because I like doing events, and I told them, this is what we're going to do, and if you want to do it, here it is. And I would say that was in the California Bay Area. There are a lot of networker marketers around here. And at that time, I was new to the industry. I, didn't know anything, didn't care about it anyway. I'm going to do my thing, right? And I would say half the people said when they got to the table to sign up on the form, because it was all done physically with carbon copies and everything. And they said, "Oh, this is NSA." And I said, yeah, so what? "Oh, well, that's the, company that's this and that and the other." I said, "Yeah, well, that's what, I don't care what it is. This is what we're doing. This is the plan. This is the product. This is what it does. So if you want to do it, you want to sign up on this team, you sign here or not. Doesn't matter. I don't care what they heard about the company. I don't care. What do I care? I don't care what anybody has heard about anything. My truth is what I experience. I like the water. It was cheaper. It was great. And I liked how I built it. And so I don't think we lost anyone. And did I hide it? No, it was completely irrelevant. The name of the company to me has always been irrelevant. What matters is who can you help that's got an issue that this thing could probably solve and get them from this side of the river to this side of the river. When somebody must get to the other side of a stream and it's really urgent, like if they don't get there, the kid's drowning on the other side, right? Or the house is burning down, or it's really urgent. Do you really think they're going to say, well, I don't want to take this raft across because I don't like the color of the third slat? Do you think they're going to say, well, I don't really want to step over here, because they're going to get on any means that's legal to get to their other side? You are a means to get a person from A to B with whatever you market, including you. That is what you need to think about. Who you can help, not who you can get. See? And that's why I say people don't care about the name of the company. But if you lead with all that stuff, oh, let me tell you what I'm doing. I've had these great experiences, and this product is so wonderful. And oh my God, you can, not only that, you can make a lot of money with it. And oh my gosh. And they're going to say, how much have you made? And there you are, you're screwed. If you haven't made any, what are you talking about that for? Is it your personal experience? No. Well, then shut up about it. Don't bring it up, because they're going to say, what have you done? And you're going to say nothing. Well, that's really great. Oh, but my upline, who cares? Then let me sign up with your upline. Don't do this. Preach your personal truth. If you got one person who signed up while you were sleeping because you actually learned how to do something that helps someone else, you can post how I signed up my very first distributor while I was sleeping. I was so excited when I woke up, I couldn't sleep for 3 days. If you'd like to know what I did, PM me or say me. Who are you going to get? Bunches of people who say, well, what did you do? Why? Because bunches of people have never signed anybody up. See? Because they're going about it in completely the wrong way. Okay? So that's the story with that. Okay? So that's as far as the name of the company. It never comes up because it doesn't matter to people who are looking for a solution. The people companies matter to. You know who matters to? All the network marketers. Well, what's the company? So, what I tell them when I get those people, which is rare, but when I do, I'll tell you at the end. First, we got to see if this is even a match. And then I'll tell you the name of the company at the end and some gossip to go with it. But first, let's see if what I can help you with is a fit. And part of the question set for the ESS software in that readiness ritual is, what are all the companies you've done? Why? So we know at the front end, don't talk to them if they're already in it. So what you do is you get ready to help someone. And when you do that, you don't have these issues because your product is not about that. You are not your company. They can advertise all day and do that. But you have to be loved by not your company and not your upline. If you want to make money, you have to be loved by the people you can help. That's called your customers or your recruits, which are both the same. Really, they're buying stuff, and one is also selling it and one's not. Isn't that who you're looking for? Isn't that what you want to do? So that's why we never had these things come up. Nobody ever thought about it, and nobody ever asked. And 2 years ago, when I built this last one, nobody knew until they got on with my partner and got to the site to sign up and buy all these packages and all the flavors and everything. Nobody knew what the name of the company was. Nobody. 200 people in, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Nobody cared. So you see, it's how you present it. And because I've done this so long, that's why I can tell you this can be done, okay? So focus on who you can help with what problem. And as network marketers, what's really good about you and us, because I've done it for so long, is you have your own before and after. You may not have one for the money, but you've got one for the product. And if you sign up one person, I can show you how to turn that into a post that you can put there. And you'll get a whole slew of people saying, well, me, I'm interested in that. And then you have to learn the next part of the routine. And that's part of what we teach in the software. But these are basic things, that you do. Does that make sense to you guys? I think we're good, right? I won't keep you any longer. So this is why you don't put propaganda on your page. And how do they know you sell anything? They don't. Nobody comes to Facebook to buy anything. You got to get that out of your head. They come to Facebook to be entertained, to gossip and nose around and sneak around on people and see who's doing what, like that. And so if you want to show anyone that you have something to sell, you show how you can help. You get it? Right? And there are hundreds of one-liners that you could do. And you're always surveying your audience. Come to my page, the facebook.com kim.klaver. I have them there all the time. In fact, we did one about 6 months ago. We have a little group called, it's a brain reset program, because some of my programs are quite big. They're $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. But I also have little programs, like for $45 a month. And this is a brain reset program. And one day I wrote a post and said, is it really possible to get customers and recruits every day if you only have 45 minutes a day? That was a question. So I might have a way. And if you're interested in knowing what that is, let me know. But let me say first, 45 minutes a day for 365 days. And 365 days, where would you be in 365 days if you actually did get customers and recruits, right? And compared to staying where you are right now. And then I had a few more items, one of which was, warning, you're going to have to pay for this. It's going to be, I think, $1 a day. Yeah. And so the first 100 people, since it experiment, the first 100 people, I'll take them. So say me, if you want the link to get into this 45 minutes a day program that'll run 365 days. And I will show you how you can get your customers and recruits after 365 days. And we probably had 100 people saying, me. And Facebook sees that, see? And they spread that all out to everybody. That's what they do. So all my so-called friends, many of whom I don't really know, they're just friends on Facebook, they come to my page and we wave and everything. But it's not like we have dinner together, so not that kind of friends. We sold out that whole thing in, I don't know, a week, maybe less than a week. And now we have like 200 people in there that are learning how to rediscover their time. They thought they had no time, and they discovered 3-4 hours every day. They thought they were cranky and moody, and they discovered that certain things they eat do that. When they stop eating them, the whole thing goes away. They learn how to react to life in ways that are not self-destructive. And what happens with all that time and energy and no more anxiety is that you can do your business. See? So that's how that works. All right, I think I got those 2 questions, right? So why you don't put the crap on your Facebook profile? Because who's going to friend you? You want friends, but they're not going to friend you if they see that you're nothing but a sales board, right? And the other one was, how are you going to know they sell anything? Well, Dawn, I think I showed you ways to do that. And remember, most folks are looking for something small. You could say, how I got my first customer, without really meaning to. All of us get good people by mistake. Or how after 1 year, I finally got 2 customers in one day. And you will have a crowd of people if you do your Facebook Live on that, because nobody has it. You get this impression that everybody has all these customers. They don't. In most of the Facebook groups, I'm in quite a few of them, very few people have any activity. All the talk is about why they didn't, why they couldn't, why they won't be able to this weekend because they're busy with this and that and the other. A lot of motivational quotes, a lot of motivational books, a lot of, personal truths and things about you personally, a lot of personal development. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. You can do that all day, but it will not bring you customers. And that's the problem with going off the deep end in personal development, is that you stay there and you stay there and you stay there. And you wake up and have the warm bath every day, every day, every day. But then you look at your bank account and you go, my God, there are no customers, no recruits, right? Because no matter how good you feel about yourself, that doesn't bring a customer. I wish it did. Oh. But you have to do some reaching out in some way that they come to you. You see what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. And if you would like a link to see one of these little readiness rituals in action, I have one. It's called Can I Just Start Over? And that link is really for people who feel like they have to kind of reset their brain and they want to start over again. If you'd like that link, say me. Don't worry if you don't. I won't cry. You don't have to worry about that. I'm about to go out and have a good run before it gets dark out here. But if you want the Start Over link, I'll give you that so you can see how the process goes. And then for a few of you, yep, and the words are very important, Dawn. You have the questions have to be there, and if you have an agenda in your mind that you're going to sell this or sell that or make them do this or that, it will come through in your words. So Brenda Smith, so I have two links if you want them. Trust me, like I said, I'm good. One is the Can I Just Start Over? So there would be that, and then you can see the process if you want to reset your brain. It would take, you'd have to stick at least 3 months, right? But you can get that. Here, let me give you that. So here's this. Can I just start over.com? See if that. See, last time I screwed up this link. I'm not going to do it again. Come on, honey, you can do this. Can I just start over.com? Okay, so let's try that. Okay, see if that works. So Lori, can you check that link and make sure it works? And I think, Dawn, you know about this. Dawn, do you see the link there? Try it and see if it works. I'll just wait a second. And then I made, I've been working on a video that I had to edit because the whole sound and audio crashed while we were doing it live. And I finally was able to redo it. And that is a video that shows you kind of a demo of the SS software and that whole marketing system, which for shorthand is called Make Them All Come to You. Make them all come to you. And you have to learn how to do this. If you think you're going to know it in 30 days, please don't even watch the webinar. People who learn how to market and sell take lifetimes to do it. And I'm talking about making 100 grand a month, making 200 grand a month. We're talking about some significant income. Even if you want to earn just 5,000 a month, you still have to learn how to do it. See, most of you have jobs, and I would be willing to bet there are not many people here whose jobs pay them 5 grand a month, USD. Not many, a few, but not many. Why? Because you really have to be quite skilled to get that kind of money from anybody. So why would you think that in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, you're going to make 5 grand a month doing network marketing? Where did that idea come from? That doesn't mean that you won't have some really good fortune and sign up somebody really good. It doesn't mean that you won't do that. But don't plan on it. John Rockefeller, you know, he's one of my big fans. I've had a movie planned about his life for so many years. I have all his books, the original John Rockefeller and the original stuff that he did. And he had a brother. John D was a Christian man, very religious. And he had a brother who was a gambler. His father was also a gambler, John Rockefeller, the original. And so this brother went to whatever the Las Vegas of the day was. I can't remember where it was, but you know, they were living in Ohio in the Midwest at the time. And so this brother said, well, I'm going to play the machines or the cards or something with gambling. And every now and then he would come home to his brother John and say, look, John, I just made like, you know, $5,000, which in today's world is like $50,000. And John wrote in his Remembrances, John D. Rockefeller has a beautiful book called Remembrances. And he wrote in that book, he said, you know, every time I saw him come home, I would cheer with him that he had made this money. But I would know that the next time he would come back, and the next time he'd come back, and the next time he'd come back, and he would be $50,000 in the hole. And that's exactly what happened. So John D said, yes, I know there can be big scores, but I'm going to plan on no scores so that no matter what happens, I will be moving ahead every single day as I build my business. And that is how he built Standard Oil, from nothing, absolutely nada, to the empire that it was when he died. So you want to achieve, have the handstand attitude. Expect it to take 1 year, an hour or two a day. So what? What else you got going on? You can't possibly get any worse. All you could do is achieve, 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 achieve. Why not? Right? So that's what you could do with our program or any other program that teaches you genuinely how you can help the next person who's looking for it and who wants to pay you for it. Okay? So that's the link I have too for the SS, for the demo. So I'll give it to somebody here if you guys really want to see what that is, so you can see if you'd like to really turn yourself inside out and get over this idea that it's easy, anyone can do it. All you have to do is share, share, share. Look around. Is that working? For 3 people, maybe? What, for 3 months? So they make 10 grand 1 month, but they spent 30? Look around. And then look at your truth and make your truth something different. Do different. Think different. Do different. Okay? All right, good. I think we're good to go. So you have that link. It works for you. And then I will post the link to the YesS demo if you'd like to see it. So somebody who would like to see that, let me see who wants to see that. That's not the little brain reset. The little brain reset program shows you a sample of how to do this. And the other one is the webinar. Let me see if I see somebody here who wants that. Hey, Bill Beavers, long time no see, buddy. Yeah. I think we're good. Are we good? Are we good? Okay, I think we're good. So we'll just skip that link for now. That'll be perfect. Okay, you guys, you have any questions? You want to post them quick? Ms. Dawn, you have that link, right? Right, girl? Or you want the link to the SS marketing system? To the big program that's going to knock your socks off? And remember, you have to get accepted. So Dawn, you'd have to, you're going to have to say, yep, I want to totally turn it around. Because everything is upside down. I should call it upside down marketing. One of the things we teach, you'll see, is, you know how they say, oh, what if there's an objection? Oh, what if they say, oh, I don't like chocolate? Or, oh, it's a network marketing company. All that stuff. You're supposed to worry about objections. I have never, ever worried about an objection, not in my entire marketing life. I don't answer them. I don't deal with it. And I know this is heresy, but I've still got to the top of everything I've ever done. And you know what I do? I lead with the objections. That way, I never hear them. I know what the objections are to whatever I happen to be marketing when they come from the wrong people. I already know. So why not lead with that? So if you have a really high-end skincare line, instead of saying, oh, I've got this great skincare line, you got to have it, do me a favor, buy it. It's like, yeah, right, sure. But what I do is say, you know what, this is skincare line for somebody, it's kind of spa quality, high-end, for somebody who does a lot of facials, spends time with the Golden Door, gets their stuff done all the time, and puts #1 on their face. That's who this is for. You know anyone who might like to know about something like that? Do you think I get people who say, oh my gosh, would that be Pond's for $6? No, honey. See? So you lead with it, like you shop for shoes. If you say, I want women's, you've just said no to the men. That's how you call out what you want. See? That's how you do this. Then you say, I want running shoes. That means you've said no to children's shoes. You said no to slippers. You said no to high heels. You said no to, you said no first to everything by calling out what you want. Do you see? Doesn't that make sense? It's a big one. It's a big program. And we have put major pieces on it now so that it's not quite at the full price it's going to be, but close to it. It's not a small thing. So, all right. So I'm going to give you that link. See if it works right now. I'm going to test it. Oh, good. I love that you guys, somebody's angry. What are you angry about? You shouldn't be angry. Except that the people that have kind of misled you, but they didn't mean it, They're doing the best they can with the resources they have. Everybody is. So you just got to let go of blaming or just you change what you do to find your people that you can help. That's all you can control. That's all you can worry about is you. That's one person that'll be happier, right? And more wealthy and more fun, having more fun. What is it? Max out, take out first life. I got to think of the link. We just did this today. Oh, crap. What's the link? Here, let's try this. What? Sorry. We have been what I learned. Okay, I think this is going to be it. Let me just quick check it and see. And we only can do about 3 more people between now and the end of the month. I'm just telling you so you don't get upset. And it's not right for most of you anyway, because it's going to set you back. And we make you do the work. Everybody that's in there knows that. There's no getting around it. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. It works. Because sometimes I give the wrong link. Okay. Hey there, Lucy. And Les, okay, you ready for that? Yep. Is the call archived? Well, I think they save these calls on Facebook, right? I don't see any other questions. I think we're set to go. Are you guys good? Yeah, what I did there, this is shows you what I learned building 3 companies in the last 5 years, all on Facebook, messaging, blah, blah, blah. With this approach where you could basically model the whole thing. You got to learn how to do it, but at least you got to model. It's not like building the Harvard University from the ground up. Harvard's there. You just have to go. So this is like that. You come here and we'll put you through your paces. And you will come out the other end and you will know how to do this. See, it's a very different way of marketing. It's all about who can you help? How can you call their name and make them come to you? Like the shoe salesman brings you the 5 pairs of shoes that fit you out of the 5,000 pairs in the store. That's what this is. Right? All right. So I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Does that link open? Hey, Lucy, how you doing, girl? So let's see. Who's the gal? I'm looking for one of my pals in Dawn. Is that link open for you? Why don't you look and see if that opens? Hey, Glenn. And Patty, see if that link opens, Patty. And let's hear from one of you guys, and then we'll call it a day. Oh, if you like this, give it a like or something sweet so that Facebook sees it, because then they spread the word. Does that sound good? Only if you loved it. Don't do it if you didn't. Okay, Nijol, see if that link works, will you, girl? Somebody tell me, yes, it works. Dawn, good. All right, so that link works. Okay, you guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time. I like you back. I wish I could come and love on you, but this is how I can do that, I guess. Okay. See ya.